But yeah, the pagan priestess. You've never heard of the pagans?
I mean, I've heard of the pagans, but what is a pagan priestess?
How do I explain this? I don't even know how to articulate it. It's basically the female head.
Are you a pagan?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
So what does that mean?
What does that mean? I'm affiliated with the pagans. The pagan priestess.
How is your life different than a normal woman's?
Well, when I tell you that I walk through any neighborhood that I want in this country, I mean, some of the worst places that you've seen, and I walk freely.
Nobody bothers you? Even Skid Row?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Jamie Lynn. Where do you grow up? Where are you from originally?
Originally from Kent Island, Maryland, which is right across the bay from Baltimore. I was born in Baltimore. My parents moved me over there when I was very young. Like I said, I grew up there middle class. Wasn't anything real spectacular, just living.
You had mom and dad?
Yeah. My mother's passed. My dad lives in Ohio.
How would you describe your childhood?
Normal. A normal single parent home with an older brother and sister. It was, trying, to say the least.
What were the roughest parts of it?
Honestly, I'd say school, watching my mother struggle through a divorce, trying to make it with no job skills, support 3 kids.
No traumatic events in your life as a kid? No abuse or anything like that?
Yes, I was abused when I was younger. When I was 8 by a neighbor, and then I was raped when I was 12. So that kind of put me on the, not so much skids, just at a very awkward spot in life.
Yeah, changes a woman forever, right?
Yes.
What kind of kid were you in high school?
I was the one that would walk in the front door, check in, and then go out the back. So it was
You finished? You graduated?
No, it was normal. No, I didn't finish. I have a 10th grade education. Then I need to further. But
And drugs are a part of your life?
drugs have been a big part of my life. I've been trying to stay away from them. But it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
So.
When did that start for you?
Well, it started this morning, and I'm taking it second by second. You know what I mean? Just take it one step at a time.
And what's your drug?
Well, I'm a poly user, so it was anything that you put in front of me, but these days it's been up, speed, meth.
Meth. And where do you stay now? You're in Skid Row in a tent?
I have a tent. I sleep where I can. You know what I mean?
A woman like you on Skid Row is going to get propositioned a lot.
A good bit. But at the same time, I can't see. If I have the makeup and the means, I don't like letting myself go. I don't like it. It's happened. Stuff gets stolen. You leave stuff somewhere. So you got to make do with what you got.
Do you have kids?
No. And if I did, then they wouldn't be up for discussion. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Is this the lowest point of your life right now?
Yes and no. Yes in some aspects, no in others. Yes, as far as not having a home, a place to stay. You don't know how you're getting your meals from one minute to the next. And of course, I have no ID. I'm having trouble getting my ID, so can't get a job. Even if I do manage to panhandle enough money, you can't get a room. So it's hard. Feels like the deck's stacked against you.
Do you have any friends?
Down here? Not really.
Down here, it's nothing but hustlers and people trying to take advantage of you.
Yeah, they try to take advantage of you real bad.
Do you still have contact with your family?
No, what family I do have left, I'm estranged from my sister, and my father I've lost touch with. I don't have a phone. I don't have any contacts anyhow.
You been in love before?
Say what?
Have you been in love before?
Yes. Yes. Very in love. Very in love. Why do you ask?
No, I ask that question a lot. It's important in people's lives.
Yes, it is.
It's
When I
always a big-
say that the love of my life is my biggest cheerleader and also his biggest disappointment at the same time. So, it's hard.
He doesn't use and you have an addiction?
Pretty much.
Does that cause a lot of shame? And
I think that he feels that I'm an embarrassment. And that I should be able to do better. Which some days, yeah, he's right. Other days, not so much. But
what are you afraid of? What do you worry about?
what do I worry about?
Yeah.
Being stuck,
Never getting out of here?
never getting out of here, being crazy, and just being not so much insignificant, but what's the word I'm looking for? Well, yeah, I guess insignificant, like I don't matter.
Just another homeless person on the street.
Yep, just somebody else to fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
And
You're very presentable. I mean, you look like you could be in another part of town, not involved in drugs and this homeless lifestyle.
I was walking down the street to go brush my teeth this morning, and somebody looked at me and told me to go back to Hollywood.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Yeah, pretty much. So, I
Is there something positive about this lifestyle? Freedom of it, the lack of responsibility?
there is no freedom to it. It's more restraining, if you ask me, in my opinion. Because you're limited to the people around you. You're looked down upon. There's stigma with it. There's judgment. And don't get me wrong, you meet some of the best people that you'd ever want to meet. But at the same time, you meet very desperate people. That their backs are against the wall. They don't always have a choice between right and wrong, but what is the lesser of the evils? So,
You've been on Skid Row for how long?
since July, since I got here,
You were homeless before this?
yes.
In what city? Baltimore?
In Baltimore, Dallas, Fort Worth. and tracked down here.
How has this lifestyle changed you? You've been doing it for how long, roughly?
How's it? It's definitely made me more humble, and it's made me understand exactly what I had and what I'll probably never have again. Not the way that it was. And that's if I even get close to it. Which, it has brought me closer to God. I do pray a lot more. I'm grateful for the little things I get now. Things that most people wouldn't think of. Like a warm bed to sleep in, or a roof over your head. Where you don't have to worry about somebody stealing your stuff or taking advantage of you, or just flat out taking advantage.
Do you ever get a room for yourself?
Not since I've been here.
To get away from it all?
Not since I've been here.
Well, tonight maybe you'll have it.
Not since I've been here. So when I tell you that all summer long I was outside, pretty much, that if I wasn't sleeping on a bench somewhere, I was in a tent or walking all night. And it's interesting the way that your perception changes compared to your situation. And as you progress through life, most people don't ever get that drastic of a change.
Did you once have a life that looked very different than this?
Extremely different. Extremely different. I wasn't rich, but I wasn't down either. As far as I knew, I was happy. It wasn't extravagant, but it was home. And it is a far cry away from what this is now.
What do you think people that are not playing around with these kind of drugs and this lifestyle don't understand about it? It's not so easy to get out.
No. It's almost like quicksand.
Yeah, I've compared it to that before.
Once you're in it, I mean, yeah, it's possible to pull yourself out. But at the same time, it is such a knockdown, drug out fight that many people give up. Many people give up.
So much easier to stay stuck than get out.
Stay stuck and try to pull yourself up and out. But at the same time, when you got everything stacked against you, working against you, it gets tiring running around in circles.
And the treatment you get from the public or from your families or whatever.
I'll put it to you like this. Because I had my stuff in a stroller once, I was denied use of a bathroom. I've had people look down on me, tell me to just get away from them, get out of here. It's been one thing after another. And like I said, it wasn't always that way. This isn't what you dream of being when you're a little kid.
No, I'm sure not.
You know?
What did you have dreams of something? How old are you?
Me, I'm 37.
Yeah, you probably had dreams of doing something very different than this.
Yeah, extremely different. I am. It's like I woke up one day and it's what the hell happened? And I understand that I have nobody to blame but myself. But at the same time, you know? I know where it went wrong, I just don't like thinking about it.
What's your biggest regret?
My biggest regret? Was not taking everything for what it was in front of me. Not paying attention. And just not appreciating everything that I did have when I had it. I took a lot of things and people for granted in my life. That some of them still talk to me, but it'll never be the same.
You still have hope of rebuilding your life?
I mean, I have to have hope. If not, then what's the point in going on?
Just looking at you, it tells me that you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
What personality trait do you have that can maybe give you an edge and get out of here?
I'm hard-headed, and I honestly believe that it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. So I'm resilient, if nothing else. And when you piss me off, I get spiteful. I do things just to prove you wrong.
Yeah, but if you can channel that anger into something positive that'll help you rebuild your life, that's the best revenge you can get.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. I dream of one day standing on my own 2 feet. Which, that was never even a thought for me 3-4 years ago. So, I'm working on it though. You know?
Yeah. Well, you don't look like your typical homeless drug addict. You look like, you're beautiful, and you're still, you looking at it from your feet to your head, you're well put together.
You caught me on the right day.
but
That's the God's honest truth.
But you need to get your ass out of this neighborhood.
Yeah,
and off the streets.
I know it. Which I've been trying to get help, and it's just like I'm being run around in circles. To where
I'm starting to get suspicious of help.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking for help. The people that I see doing it, they just had a tiny little helping hand, and then they did 99.9% of the work themselves.
Yeah.
That's really what I think it's starting to.
When I say if I could get my birth certificate and ID, I'd be good. I'd be able to get a job, get a car, do anything. It's not like I'm skillless. I'm a waitress by trade, but food services, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do that. I'm looking for a break. Any break. It's not always that you want to be around something as far as like the drugs and everything else. I walk down the street and I'm offered stuff 5-10 times within 3 blocks. Mm-hmm. It's hard with it being put in front of your face. But at the same time, I need to be strong enough to say no. So once I do get straight and get out of here, I just need to stay away from certain elements because it's too easy for me to go back. Too easy for me to go back.
What's the most important thing you've learned in your life?
Nothing's forever. You need to appreciate what you have when you have it. Take joy in the people in your life. Not so much the things and possessions, but the people.
All right, darling. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. I wish you the best of luck out here.
So when do I get paid?
Right now. Right now.